Coach, World Test Championship winning coach. What was the build up to that? Because there was a lot of talk and all that other stuff, but you kept really focused on the big prize, didn't you?
Yes, I'd like to think that we managed to stay nice and calm. We had a quiet confidence about us. We never changed anything from the day we qualified against Pakistan at Centurion. We went on to Newlands, beat Pakistan there, and then we obviously had a few months to that lay in wait for us, before we got to the UK, and we spent a week in Arundel, and thankfully Zimbabwe were good enough and kind enough to stay and play a match there, which was curtailed by rain. But to all of that, and I think this is really the hallmark of this team, is that whatever the situation, whatever the circumstances, we just get on with it. We just find a way. And there's been a quiet, like I say, confidence amongst the group. We started as a batting unit, guys started getting hundreds. So there was confidence in that group. We always felt that our bowlers were always good enough and some of the best in the world, so they were always going to keep us competitive. And then leading up into the final, the whole spectacle of playing at Lord's, playing against Australia, the noise of whether we should have been there in the first place, taking all of that into account, we managed to cut out the noise. We managed to just find a way. We trained well, and the game plan kind of worked out. And then there were some massive performances from our senior players. Kagiso Rabada, Themba Bavuma has been magnanimous throughout the WTC, and then obviously Aiden Markram in that final played arguably the best test innings that a South African has ever played, given the enormity of the situation. So I think there's a quiet confidence and a sense of belief that we can mix it with anyone. It doesn't make us arrogant in any way. The depth in the system is also starting to show dividends. The fact that we were able to rest as many as 6 or 7 players coming here, and for the young guys to step up, or the inexperienced guys to step up the way they have, that certainly augurs well going forward as well.
Did it help that Zimbabwe isn't that highly ranked that you could be able to rest those players?
It was never about where Zimbabwe was ranked. It was all about the workload of players. The 5 players that we rested had gone from one tournament to the next, played all the test matches for South Africa, went into an IPL, played Champions Trophy, and they deserved a break, and because we've got a really busy next few months in the white ball space, and then the subcontinent tour. So it was never about Zimbabwe and disrespecting them in that way. It was all about the player management and the workload management that I felt was important. Unfortunately, our captain did his hamstring in that final, so Themba wasn't able to be here. And obviously Lungi, after the guys had done as well as they did, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to give these guys another run, and so Lungi could prep really well for the Tri Series that starts next week in Harare.
So you're coming now into your white ball tenure. How much of the same philosophy do you take into that, or are you going to tweak some things?
No, I don't think. I think our philosophy remains the same. The way we go about our business remains the same. I mean, I'm hell of excited. I haven't taken the white ball team for South Africa. I had a stint right at the beginning where I took care of a few ODIs against England. But yeah, really excited about putting our skills in the T20 in the Tri Series next week. But the philosophies remain the same. You make a few tweaks here and there. Obviously, a few different players come in. But I mean, the build up to the T20 World Cup in February in India starts next week. So it's an exciting time for both individuals and the team as to how we go next week, and then how we build up to that T20 World Cup that we obviously want to have a really good shot at.
And then looking at, some people talk about you as being something of an outsider, didn't play at the highest level for South Africa, and so forth. Does this sort of feel like I want to call it a redemption, or a moment of okay, look at what I can do. This is me.
It's never been about me, and hopefully it doesn't ever become about me. It's all about a talented bunch of cricketers. It's all about a proud cricketing nation, and how I potentially can get the best out of them. I've got a wonderful staff that works with me, from the media lady Lucy, who obviously drags me into all of these things, and but we've got a wonderful staff, coaching staff of Ashwell and Piet Botha and Kriya van Wyk. So yeah, look, I lean heavily on them because, like you rightly say, I didn't play international cricket. I might not understand the nuances and the pressures that go with it, but I'd like to think that I've served my time well in the domestic structures in South African cricket. I know the system particularly well, and most importantly, I know these players particularly well, and thankfully, it never has been about me, and long may that continue, that it's about the players and the Proteas, and never about any one person, especially not the coach.
You're one person who was public about your faith and things of that nature. How much does that go into how you prepare for cricket? I know we can talk about life in general, but cricket specifically.
Yeah, look, I think we all have our beliefs and our value systems that we stay adhere to, and I think the important thing is that we respect all of that. So for me, it's important that we hold, whether it's faith or family or whatever you hold dearly, and in my case, obviously our faith and family, and whatever, like I say, values, whatever your value system is, that you stay true to that. Um, and yeah, we just make sure that we stay true to ourselves in every respect. The big thing for me is allowing the players and wanting the players to be who they are, not to come into our environment and feel they need to change. And whatever that is, we allow that, and we encourage them to be that.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you very much.